Hi, my name is Lali Bitoye and this is Click 516. One of the easiest ways to get lost in a metropolis like Lagos, Nigeria is to follow the crowd. If you've ever had to wait at a bus stop where there is a throng of passengers waiting to board a bus, they always seem to go in the same direction. They always seem to be going to the same place, right? A bus comes along and calls a particular place and you see everybody rush in that direction. Now, one key thing is if you do not know where you're going, you are going to end up at the wrong place, right? So, if you go to the bus stop and you're not really sure of how to get to where you're going, but you see a lot of people at the bus stop all trying to rush one single bus going in a particular direction, and you feel, oh, since that's where I guess that's where I should go as well. That's the easiest way to get lost. I remember driving someday and trying to avoid traffic that was ahead, and I saw some vehicles taking a turn off the road, and I felt, oh wow, they're probably going that direction. Since they're going like this, oh probably maybe I should follow. And indeed, I followed. Long story short, I ended up having to go make a merry-go-round back to the same spot where I started and joined the same traffic I was trying to avoid, and I had spent more time. The easiest way to get lost is to follow the crowd who seem to be going in your way. We all have our different paths. We all have to go at different speeds, different paces, and we all have different destinations. My destination will determine how fast I need to go, how slow I need to go, where I need to take a break or where I need to take a pause, and so will yours. At this point, it's very imperative to know that in our lives, we all have different destinations, and knowing that destination will help us decide how fast we need to go, where we need to take a break, who we need to go with, who we do not need on our journey at all. Getting lost usually starts from not knowing where you're going. And if you do know where you're going, another part is how to get to where you're going. Alright? One of the things I do not like when I'm going to a place that I do not know, but I have the address, is not knowing how to get there. So, importantly, when you're going to a place, and yes, you've gotten your destination, lucky you, how to get there. Do your due diligence to know how to get there. Ask people who have gone there on how they got there before you start your journey. Else, you will spend more time, more resources trying to get there. Let's put it to our careers. Let's put it to our personal lives. You're trying to run a race. You're chasing a particular position in your career. You need to move with people who have gotten to that height. You need to move with people who have probably done something similar to that business you're trying to start. Not everybody who is in your career line is going in the same direction that you are. Not everybody in the same business have the same vision that you have. Some people are in the business just to make money. Some people are in the business just to build a house, an inheritance for their children. Some people are in there to solve problems, global problems. Some people are in there just to solve the problems for their families. Each person has a reason for being in that business line. So what's yours? If you have the reason why you're studying that course, then that should influence your decisions on the people to move with, the next course to take. If you had a reason for taking your first degree, it would help you in deciding what the second degree will be, in what line you should pursue your master's degree or your doctorate degree. But if you have studied a course out of, well, my brother went to sciences, my best friend is in science class, so let me go to science class too. Ooh, I went to science class. And then you about to go to university, Tunde is going to OAU, probably I should go to OAU too. And then all my friends are in Lagos State University, let me go to Lagos State University. And you move ahead with the path, right? At the end of the day, you find yourself at a crossroads when each of those people have moved on to the point or the directions where they were actually heading to. But because you never had a decision, you never had a reason why you had to go for that course to that school, you end up with nothing. And then you're trying to patch it up, and then you add another course, add something else, all just to make it seem whole. It's important that we find our own footing, our own direction, our own destination. You will get lost if you work with other people's maps. Create a chart, create a roadmap for your career, create a roadmap for your business. This is where I am going. This is how I am going to get to where I am going. This is how fast I need to go to get to where I am going. The crowd is not always right. In opinions, the crowd is not always right. When you need to take a stand for something, the crowd is not always right. Just because the crowd says 1 + 1 is 4 does not mean it is right. Now, you may be the only one who stands to say 1 + 1 is 2. Right? I remember back then in our early school times, when a teacher asks a question, right, and then the people who seem to know it give an answer, everybody joins the people who seem to know it and agree with your answer. Now, if you are confident of your answer, but it's seemingly different from what the seemingly knowing people have said, there is that tendency to want to drop yours and join theirs. At the very early age, we've always had to struggle with standing alone, with making a stand for ourselves. And that's where we began the journey of following the crowd. We were told, believe like this because we all believe like this, so we did. We were told, act like this because this is how you are supposed to be acting. So we started acting that way. Unless we were taught to actually be our own individuals, to actually chart our own course, to actually be our own person. I encourage you today, find your destination, then find how to get to your destination. You will spend less time, less resources going through cycles and journeys that you do not need. My name is Laoli Bitori, and this has been Click 516. I really do hope you find your destination and your journey and you make good haste in getting there. Until I see you again in the next one, have an amazing time. Cheers.